Welcome to the American Retirement Advisor, coming to you from 123Z Studios. Real stories, real strategies, and straight talk about healthcare, retirement income, and inheritance planning. I'm Ian Schaefer, here with Betty. Let's get into it.
One of our advisors sat down with a client recently for her annual review. She'd been watching the market bounce around all year, and she had a simple question. Should I just pull everything out and sit in cash until things calm down? It's a question we hear a lot, and the answer surprised her. The problem with picking a side. Most people think they have two choices when markets get choppy: stay in and ride it out, or get out and wait. Both feel risky. Stay in and you might lose money you can't afford to lose. Get out and you might miss the recovery that always eventually comes. What makes this harder than it should be is that the financial industry talks about investments like you have to choose one approach. The industry often presents a false choice: total exposure to market swings or a total retreat to the sidelines. But that's not how retirement actually works. You don't need all your money doing the same job. 3 buckets, 3 jobs. At American Retirement Advisors, we build income plans around what we call the 3 types of money. Each bucket has a specific purpose, and that purpose determines how much risk it should carry. Yellow money is your bank money: checking, savings, easily accessible. This is your emergency fund. It's not trying to grow, it's trying to be there. One thing to keep in mind: cash sitting in a savings account earning 1% or 2% is quietly losing ground to inflation every year. With consumer prices still climbing in 2026, a savings account isn't really safe if it can't keep up with what things actually cost. That's exactly why yellow money should only cover your near-term needs, not your entire retirement. Green money is your guaranteed income. Think of it as a paycheck that never stops. Annuity contracts that pay you a set amount every month regardless of what the market does. Your principal stays protected. This is the money that keeps the lights on. Many of these contracts also include cost of living adjustments or increasing income riders, which means your paycheck can grow over time to help offset rising prices. That's your built-in inflation hedge. Red money is your growth money. This is where you participate in the market's upside. Buffered strategies let you capture market gains up to a cap while absorbing a portion of any losses. Let's be straightforward about the trade-off. In a year where the S&P 500 surges 25%, a buffered strategy with a 15% cap means you'd capture 15% and watch the rest go by. You trade away the chance at moonshot returns in exchange for a significant cushion against the downside. You're in the market, but you're protected. For a lot of our clients, that trade-off is the thing that finally lets them sleep. The peace of mind that comes from knowing a bad quarter won't wipe out years of savings is worth more than chasing an extra few percentage points in a great year. And over a full market cycle, buffered strategies have historically kept pace with the broader market because they avoid the deep losses that take years to recover from. A quick word about taxes. Before you start moving money between buckets, it matters where that money is sitting. Rolling a 401k into an IRA to fund a green money annuity is usually a non-taxable transfer, but moving money from a taxable brokerage account into a new contract could trigger capital gains. And annuity growth inside a non-qualified account is taxed as ordinary income when you withdraw it, not at the lower capital gains rate. These details change the math. That's why we map out the tax picture before we move a single dollar. A good plan isn't just about what your money earns, it's about what you actually keep. The client I mentioned earlier, she had all 3 buckets already in place. When she actually looked at her plan, she realized the volatility she was worried about only applied to her red money, and that bucket had downside protection built in. Her guaranteed income wasn't affected at all. She kept her plan exactly as it was. When life changes the plan. This bucket approach isn't just for managing volatility, it's also the foundation for managing life's unexpected turns. A client we worked with this year was dealing with a cancer diagnosis. Her concern wasn't just growth, she wanted to know her retirement savings could cover long-term care if she needed it without draining everything she'd built. We split her 401k rollover into 2 pieces, one into a guaranteed income contract with long-term care provisions, and one into a buffered growth strategy through a custodian she already trusted. 2 jobs, 2 buckets, 1 coordinated plan. What you can do this week. Pull up your most recent statements and ask yourself, does every dollar in my portfolio have a clear job? If you can't point to which money is for income, which is for growth, and which is for emergencies, that's worth a conversation. You don't need to overhaul anything. You just need to know whether your plan matches how you actually want to live. That's literally what we do at American Retirement Advisors. Give us a call. No pitch, no pressure, just a conversation about whether your money is organized the way it should be. 877-220-1089.
This is Betty with the American Retirement Advisor. Thanks for listening.
If this episode helped you think differently about your retirement, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You can read the full article and browse hundreds more at AmericanRetire.com. And be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. We publish daily. See you next time.